What's going on? You're watching NFL Daily. Mitchell Renz here from Chat Sports. And before we get into today's latest NFL news and rumors around some pretty big name guys, today's show is presented by Aura, your all-in-one digital safety net. You just got to make sure that you're being smart on the internet. That way, some crazy guy from Russia can't get your information. Go to aura.com/chatsports for a free 14-day trial. So coming up here on today's show, could a DK Metcalf trade end up going down? We'll get into the latest around the Seahawks star wide receiver. Deebo Samuel, is he going to be the next person that gets a massive deal after Aaron Donald cashed in? And then finally, Colin Kaepernick to the Raiders. Raiders quarterback Derek Carr had some interesting things to say. We'll break all of that stuff down. The first story, though, we're going to be talking about DK because he missed the first day of mandatory minicamp for Seattle. We know for a fact that this man has been looking for a new deal, and the report is that his absence was unexcused. So in terms of how much money is that going to cost DK on the final year of his contract, it's about $15,000, and he can face up to $93,000 in fines, which slowly go up. You miss day one, it's about $15,000. Day two, it's about $30,000, and then day four, you're up at around the $45,000 mark. A lot more money that I wouldn't be able to handle, right? But for somebody like DK, who's hoping to really cash in, and when you look at his past 3 seasons, his first 3 years in the NFL since coming out of Ole Miss, he's been very productive. As a rookie, 58 grabs, 900 yards, 7 touchdowns. In 2020, 83 catches, 1,303 yards, 10 touchdowns. Last season, 75 grabs, 967 yards, and 12 touchdowns. If DK, which I personally believe he's trying to get paid in the realms of these guys right here, he wants to be in the discussion of the highest paid wide receiver per year. I'm not sure if he gets Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams, or DeAndre Hopkins money, but if his agent isn't looking at what Stephon Diggs and A.J. Brown recently got this offseason, I personally would say shame on that agent. So let me know, y'all. Type P for pay or T for trade. I love being able to keep you guys up to date. I love the relationship that Chat Sports has been able to build with its audience. But with that relationship, I need you to let me know in the comments section right now, should the Seahawks pay or trade DK Metcalf? I personally think that the Seahawks should go out and pay him, and I also think it's a big reason why when you look at this contract that I have projected for Metcalf at 4 years, $104 million, which is an average of $26 million per year. The guaranteed's at $58. It's slightly more than what A.J. Brown got. It's about $2 million more in guaranteed money than A.J. Brown got. And if DK wants to get this deal done, he should absolutely try to get it done now because, call me crazy, Russell Wilson and DK Metcalf, that's going to be better numbers than what DK would probably put up with, I don't know, Geno Smith or Drew Lock, because his numbers are going to go down. That I can promise you. Here's the thing, though. If the Seahawks think about everything that I just said and are like, well, maybe Russell Wilson was making DK a lot better. And DK is like, well, I want a lot more money. I want to be paid like Hopkins, like Devontae Adams, like Tyreek Hill. And Seattle's like, no, we're not going to do that. Then a trade could end up going down. So I don't think that they should pay him that type of money. He's a good player. He's young. He's an athletic freak. But you do have to try to keep these really talented guys, especially when he's only 24 years old. So let's just say Seattle's like, no, DK, we ain't paying you that. And he's like, all right, I'm going to try to get out. We're going to hit the open market. We're going to see what team ultimately maybe makes a move for him. There's going to be a lot of teams interested. When you have somebody who's 24, built like our producer Jack, an absolute tank, there's going to be teams always vying for his opportunity to join their team. So for me, I think the Jets, Broncos, the Giants, Bears, Packers could all be teams that are maybe just a little bit more interested in DK. If a Metcalf trade goes down, dude, we're going to be going, heck, we might be going live here. We're also going to be making videos over on our Seahawks channel. So subscribe to Chat Sports today. Turn on those notifications because I don't want you to miss anything during the entire offseason. And I don't know about you, I take a lot of pride in trying to be first. I take a lot of pride in showing people that, hey, man, I come into work every single day and I bring it. And I love when people who watch our videos bring it as well. So if you got those notifications turned on, every time we drop a video, you try to be a part of that Noti gang. You try to be one of the first people to comment on a show. Every single person in the Chat Sports office, we look for these things. We appreciate those people. So the last video I did was on June 2nd. Shout out to Andrew Garcia, Beatbox88, Nathan Wagner, all caps, Todd Schuler, and then John Ruiz. You guys were a part of the Noti gang. If you want to see your shout out or a name on a future show, hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications. Let's talk about another big name wide receiver. It's Deebo Samuel. And in a recent article from Bleacher Report where they went ahead and they predicted the next NFL stars to sign big money contracts after the Aaron Donald move, which, humble brag here from the Chat Sports team and myself, we were $1 million off on Aaron Donald's deal. Think that's pretty damn good. Samuel, he was one of the players that was listed. He wants to be paid or he wants to be traded. Very similar situation from DK Metcalf. Here's what Bleacher Report had to say on Deebo Samuel. Although the Niners don't have to work out a contract extension for Samuel, he is going into the final year of his rookie deal after being drafted 36th overall in 2019. It is in their best interest to keep one of the league's most uniquely productive players happy and around for the long haul. And when you say for the long haul, I agree. In terms of being unique, I 100% also agree. Here's the thing, though. I don't know if you're going to get the same type of production from Deebo as a runner because he doesn't really want to be used as a running back. Why? Not that he doesn't like getting the football, but he's talking about longevity here. And if you give a receiver 59 carries every single season, he's going to get beat up. Look at a lot of the running backs at the current market here. So in terms of just the receiving numbers, 77 grabs, 1,400 yards, he is an unbelievably talented player. And if the 49ers don't have plans on paying him as such, there's going to be an issue. The 49ers have a good problem to have, though, I'll say, because you got to look at Deebo on the offensive side of the football, which I could see getting $28 million per year. Then you're also going to look at Nick Bosa. Oh, he's probably going to get $28 million a year. If you're trying to build for the future, personally, I think you have to keep these two players around. So how much money do I think Deebo Samuel is about to get? It's a good question. Well, speaking of money, I'll give you my contract projection in just a second. But, dude, I'm really excited. We've had a lot of sponsors here at Chat Sports, and Aura, they're one of the ones that I really am proud of. Why? Because they're not only trying to protect me, my Chat Sports team, my family, they're also trying to protect y'all as well. So start your free trial at aura.com/chatsports. It's a 14-day free trial. You literally have nothing to lose. Give it a try. I promise you're going to be like, wow, this is actually pretty legit, right? This is going to keep your identity secure with extensive monitoring of your personal info. You want to hear a crazy stat? I love dropping stats here. In 2020, 49 million Americans were victims of identity theft, and it ended up costing them a combined $56 billion. Think about how many DK Metcalf and Deebo Samuel trades we could get going with that. I know I'm joking here a little bit, but seriously, Aura is going to help not only you, and they got family plans up to 5 people. Be smart with your money. I mean, you work hard for it, don't you, after all? So go to aura.com/chatsports. That link is going to be available for you guys in the comments and in the description of today's video. So let's look here what Bleacher Report thinks Deebo's deal could get, because I'm kind of in the same agreement here, and it's going to be very similar to what DK Metcalf ends up getting. While he likely won't command a deal valued at the same level as more proven options like Devontae Adams, 5 years for $150, Tyreek Hill, 4 years for $120, or DeAndre Hopkins, 2 for $54.5, he should net an offer worth close to $100 million over the next 4 years. So in terms of overall deals, Deebo and DK, they're going to be very, very close. There's no doubt about it. I'm not saying that they're similar players, but that's just how deals end up going down. And if I'm DK's agent or if I'm Deebo's agent, I might try to wait to see until the other guy makes a deal, because that just means more money in my pocket. So if we just compare both of these two very talented young wide receivers, who's the better one? Which one, if you were building a team right now, which guy would you rather have? Would you rather have DK? Type DK. Or if you're going to go with Deebo Samuel, let me know with a DS down in those comments. I got a lot of respect for DK, but I will take Deebo Samuel at this current moment. In terms of overall numbers from a career standpoint, you could probably make the argument that DK's numbers have been better. But I also believe that Russell Wilson is a better quarterback than Jimmy Garoppolo. I know, call me crazy, but when today's NFL, what Samuel was able to add on offense, there's not many people that I've seen do what Deebo's doing on a field right now. Maybe one of the biggest reasons why you went ahead and you clicked on this video is because you saw Colin Kaepernick in the title, and the cap to the Raiders rumors continue. Why? After the first day of mandatory minicamp, Raiders quarterback Derek Carr was asked about Colin, and he said that, well, Kaepernick and him, they've liked each other since their days all the way back at the WAC. If you remember, Colin, he played college football in Nevada. Raiders quarterback Derek Carr, he played at Fresno State. The last time that we saw a workout from Kaepernick, which happened with the Raiders on May 25th, was apparently it went well. And I wasn't too surprised that the reports came out that workouts in May are doing good, because it's hype season, man. Everyone's in the best shape. Everyone looks good. They were impressed by his arm strength. That doesn't surprise me. He was a strong-armed quarterback, and he probably still is at 34. His problem was accuracy, and I don't think many defenders were out there watching him. So a deal could happen potentially in the future. But what's interesting about this is the Raiders this offseason, they signed Nick Mullins. They went ahead, they traded for Jarrett Stidham. And no disrespect to Chase Garbers, but he's practice squad at the absolute best. The issue when I think about Colin and him not playing since 2016 is I still view him as a running quarterback. I think we can all agree with that. And in the 69 career games, 2,300 yards, 13 touchdowns, not bad. But, call me crazy, him at 29 years old, which is what he was back in, 2016, compared to 34 years old, I don't think he's going to be able to run the same. And that's just my gut feeling. So in 11 starts in 2016, completion percentage of 59.2, 16 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. But we always say with quarterbacks, you're viewed by how many games you win and lose. He was 1-10 as a starter that year. Well, what about 2015 in 8 starts? 2-6 as a starter, 59% completion percentage, 6 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. So essentially, you're telling me I'm going to get a lesser running mobile quarterback of Colin Kaepernick. In his last 19 starts, he's 3-16 as a starter, 22 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Maybe there's a spot for him, maybe, but I know one thing. I wouldn't want the Raiders to go ahead and do it. So you guys let me know, because that's what this show is about. Why for yes and for no, down in the comments section. Will the Raiders sign Colin Kaepernick? And I'm going to go in depth this in just a little bit, but if anybody out there is just a content junkie, go ahead, check us out on Locals at locals.com. What I love about Locals is they just empower communities. They empower content creators like myself, like Tom Downey, Chase Sr., Harrison Graham, whoever the heck it is, to be themselves and talk about what they like. And in today's world, with cancel culture 2 years ago, I love this type of stuff. If you're looking for more Raiders news and rumors, man, I got you covered. We go live at least once a week over on my Locals channel. I make 2 extra videos every single week, so join it. RaidersReport.locals.com. Please scan this QR code. So I'm going to ask you again, why for yes and for no? Colin Kaepernick, will the Raiders go out and they get him? Personally, I just do not think it makes sense. I don't know if he's better than Nick Mullins. I don't know if he's better than Jarrett Stidham at this point. We haven't seen the guy play in 2016. And on a recent podcast that Kaepernick was on, he was asked, do you think that you would be a distraction? And here's what he said. That 2016 season, my last year, my teammates voted me most courageous and inspirational player. So, when you're talking about the people that are in the building, that has never come up, that has never been a distraction, that's never come out that I have been an issue for the people I've played with. And when I see that, the fact that DC said, hey, welcome him in, he might be a good teammate. And he might be somebody who in that locker room, people are talking to, people are rattling their minds around, he can rally a group. But if you don't think that he's going to be a distraction, if you look up Raiders right now on any Google, YouTube, Colin Kaepernick's going to pop up. And when players are already being asked about a dude who's not even on the team, that has to be a little bit mentally frustrating. So he might be a good teammate, but you can't sit up here and tell me that he wouldn't be a distraction. Because I think we all know Colin Kaepernick would be a distraction. Whether that's his fault or not, that's what the NFL is going to talk about. That's what the media is going to talk about. And players, I'm telling you, would ultimately get sick of it. So if you made it this far in the video, y'all, I know we make tons of videos here at Chat Sports. We go live a lot, and I still remember the day that we created the YouTube channel here, and it's kind of a crazy thing that we are approaching 300,000 subs. So if you appreciate what we do, if you're a diehard NFL fan, hell, we're making a lot of NBA content now. Hit that subscribe button. turn on those notifications, and join us for all the awesome content Chat Sports provides.